What's up, guys and gals? It's your host of the most, Griever, as always, bringing you guys the latest piece of One Piece, chapter 1086, chapter reaction, another chapter reaction, because apparently One Piece is going on at least a 5-week break. Some people said it was a month, but latest I heard was 5 weeks due to Oda getting some eye surgery. Nothing life-threatening or anything like that, but of course, you know, One Piece ain't going to continue without the man, the myth, the legend himself, Oda. So, yeah. Is what it is, but I imagine this chapter is just something to write home about. The rumor mill was circling around with spoilers and stuff, and the fact that it was translated today, I mean, speaks that something big's probably going to be going down here. Something important is going to be here. So without further ado, let's just jump in to the live chapter reaction. So we got a really cool cover page right here in the Shonen Jump issue with Kobe's there, but it's more about Garp and Luffy both throwing their fists into the fire sort of idea. It's just a really cool shot. I'm gonna try to use that for the thumbnail because it looks really cool. And then we get a double page spread here, a color spread. We see the Straw Hats. I don't see where. Okay, I don't see everybody though. There's Nami, Frogs and stuff. Let's see. Cover request by Crazy Downy. Chopper and a kitty crossing the reflection of a rainbow they see in a puddle. Okay, so we got Frankie, Brooke, Usopp, Robin. There's Chopper, Kitty, Sanji. No Zoro, no Jinbei that I can see for some reason. But anyway, there's Luffy and Nami. Okay, I mean, cool. Alright, so let's see. Actually starting the chapter proper. Chapter 1086 entitled The Five Elder Planets. Pretty much we all thought that after we got the name Saturn, and then, of course, you have the ancient weapons named after other planets. You have Neptune, Pluton, and Uranus or Uranus, or Uranus. You know, depends on which way you want to say it. And once we got the name of Saturn, of one of the 5 elder stars, we got Saturn. It basically fell to, okay, you know, let's do Mercury and Venus and all that stuff, right? So let's see if they continue that trend. It pretty much confirmed here 5 elder planets, probably named after the remaining ones, and then Earth would be, you guessed it, the one that you know, is sitting on the throneless, the dethroned throne, if it were, or whatever they call it, the empty throne. That's it, the empty throne, the dethroned throne. That's such a better title. So let's see. The followed from reverie. And so the curtains drew closed on the reverie, before the news of King Cobra's murder came to light. And we see, of course, what's his name, with the hair and stuff, the one who's always protecting. This is Princess Vivi of Alabasta. Hasn't anyone seen her? And then, where is the king? Oh, of course, Pell and stuff. Where is the king? Has his condition worsened? Of course, they're not going to leave without their king. They're like, where the hell is Vivi? Where the hell is Cobra? So they're pissed. All the while, a number of stowaways held their breath as they attempted to escape on various royal vessels. Yeah, how did they get away? Oh, there's Wapple and Vivi together. Hey, whose ship is this? The Aegis Kingdoms. Aegis Kingdoms. I don't know who the Aegis Kingdom is, but okay. We're on Aegis ship, Morgans. Oh, Wapple's got the den. That's how they got a hold of Morgans. Why does he have a direct... Oh, I'm sure he's like, hey, Wapple, do you want to make some money or something like that? Big news and stuff. But there's Morgans, our resident Big Bird. Gotcha, we'll fly our headquarters over and pretend to look for a scoop. Oh, good play. Use that chance to hop aboard and don't get yourselves caught before then. I owe you one. You got that right. A king somehow became the subject of a manhunt. This is big news! Big news, Morgans. I can't wait to hear all about it. Alright, so let's see. Vivi asks, so what exactly did you see in there, Wapple? Wapple, like I'd tell you, leave me alone and go back to your own ship. I can't. Yeah, she really can't. CP0 is no joke. Now that they're after me, it won't matter how much everyone tries to help. Those agents won't rest till I'm back in their custody. Now let me borrow your transponder snail. I need to talk to my father as soon as possible. Of course she doesn't know. He's a total worrywart. Anything but that. Get lost already. What's wrong with you? Of course, Wapple knows. What? See, Wapple's still a prick. Wapple's like, Cobra's dead. Like, not just straight up saying it. You know what I mean? Let's see. So they're looking around for Vivi. Some people are looking around for Sabo. They're all over the ports in the place, though. And there's, Jewelry Bonnie. Jewelry Bonnie, of course, is once again stowed away. I'm hungry on the Taijin Kingdom ship hatch section. So, alright, so Julie Bonnie managed to steal away. And there's Sabo on the Lulusia Kingdom ship, of course, hiding. If I can just make it to Lulusia, I know I can figure something out. Man, he's a hurtin'. You know, the Gorosei and Emu are no goddamn jokes. Is no damn joke, clearly. So, let's see, thinking about it. I'm counting on you, Sabo. Thinking about Cobra. You must live on. So, Sabo didn't exactly make it out of this the way a lot of people said. Like, I knew that people were hyping up a battle we hadn't really seen a little too much, in a way. Like, we didn't really know the situation when it came to how the Revolutionaries played against the Admirals. Now, the Revolutionaries still look pretty good because the commanders were facing them 1v1 by the looks of it for a while, and nobody seemingly got injured. Now, Sabo's injuries all took place due to fighting the Gorosei and stuff, not the Admirals. Where you want to rank the Gorosei in this, that's up to anybody. But a lot of people put a lot of stock in the Admirals, or lost stock in the Admirals, and a lot of people put stock in Sabo. Now we're seeing that, well, you know, we don't really still have a whole lot to go on there. And the fact of the matter is that Fujitora took a lot of his injuries fighting against a fellow admiral. So, who I'm sure Fujitora defended against and didn't outright attack. That's why, you know, Fujitora took injury and Green Bull's fine. But, I mean, that's just my own conclusion to that he didn't want to fight his fellow admiral, but he wanted to free the slaves. So, but I've been seeing a lot of the power scaling community just going nuts, you know, over the last week or so. So, let's see. Moving on from that, it didn't take long for the two key stories to spread across the globe. Okay, the murder of King Cobra of Alabasta and the disappearance of his daughter Princess Vivi. The Holy Land of Marijoa, the man they call Sabo. Oh, there's the Elder Stars. He seems to have a checkered fate. How else can you account for him constantly being surrounded by those who bear the letter D? Well, let's see. His two adoptive brothers, or stepbrothers, or whatever you want to call them, are both Luffy and Ace. And then he himself has now just, you know, been saved by Cobra, who basically revealed that he and Vivi are both members of the D Clan as well. So, and then he's part of the Revolutionaries, which has Dragon, which is another, yeah, so surrounded by quite a few Ds right there. Let's see. I was hoping we would be able to see the Egghead issue now, but it seems that dealing with the complication will have to take its priority. Ring ring, clank. Yes, great Emu. Pangea Castle Flower Room. Back in the Flower Room, alright? The time has come to put Vegapunk's invention to the test. Use the Mother Flame. Okay. What the hell is the Mother Flame? Uh-huh. That's interesting. Okay, the Mother Flame. Wait a minute. Use Vegapunk's invention to the test. Use the Mother Flame. It wasn't an ancient weapon? That's assuming that the thing Emu is saying to activate is the thing that destroyed Lulusia Kingdom. I imagine that's the order we just saw, but use Vegapunk's invention, the Mother Flame. Okay. It is true we haven't had the chance to try it out before now, so there's no way to ascertain its effectiveness yet. Depending on how well this experiment goes, Egghead may reconsider its response. I think a forest area would be a more suitable testing ground than a sea-based target. Lulusia Kingdom. Okay, so it is whatever destroyed Lulusia Kingdom is not one of the ancient weapons, like we all thought. My two theories was Devil Fruit and Ancient Weapon. Most people bet on the Ancient Weapon one. I heard a couple of people mention the Devil Fruit, but that one was more unlikely. Apparently, it's another Vegapunk invention. At this point, he seriously is just Dr. Robotnik, okay? He's got a death egg in space, and it's firing. The space colony arc is firing down. We need Shadow the Hedgehog with some chaos control shit right now to put a stop to this, okay? Let's see. So Lelucia Kingdom is the answer. Quite a lot of people live there. Oh, the Elder Stars, they're all saying like, nah, sea-based target, not a good idea. How about like a dense forest or something? Something where we can gauge the effectiveness. They're like, blow up a kingdom. Blow up a whole damn island. And even the Goros say, like Gorbachev over here, is just saying like, quite a lot of people live there. Even he's like, whoa, wait a minute. That is of no consequence. Jesus. Understood. The world moves at the will of the Creator. What is the reason for Lelucia's selection? Ah, good question. It's close proximity. And then we see the flashback. It shall be as you say of the whole island being eradicated. It's close proximity. Alright, so Lelucia Kingdom must be close either to where the Mother Flame is located or Marijoa. One or the other. I will make the necessary preparations. I humbly request your patience in the meantime. 5 Elder Planets. Here we go. 5 Elder Stars. Here we go. We are getting the names of all of them, okay? And apparently their title as Defense Science Warrior God. So apparently, I mean, last chapter basically proved that the Gorosei are not just figureheads. They can actually fight. They have powers. They have probably devil fruits or been gifted something, because it's sort of weird that they all had that weird looking Magellan Hydra silhouette. You know what I mean? They all had the same style, and Emu was sort of the same thing. So I'm curious whether that's Emu's granted power to them or if they have devil fruits or whatever. I'm not quite sure yet, but apparently Defense Science Warrior God. Title like Warrior God, these dudes are not just figureheads. They can fight. St. J. Garcia Saturn. Alright, we already knew that name. The next one is Lelucia citizens have shown sparks of rebellion recently. 5 Elder Planets Environmental Warrior God. So they're going to be the like sections of government. Like, oh, I'm the military, and I'm the Defense Corporation, and I'm the environment. Alright, yeah, okay. Do they have a Secretary of State? That's my question. Let's see. Environmental Warrior God, St. Marcus Mars. Alright, so I think we're going with the theme here that I already said. So the other ones would be, you need your Jupiter, you need your Mercury, and your Venus. And then, of course, Emu represents, the backwards to Umi, which is water, the planet of water, which is, of course, our own Earth. This is all going to add up quite nicely. So then we get the next one. We may be able to make an example out of them. 5 Elder Planets, Justice Warrior God, Saint Topman Valkyrie? Valkyrie spelt really weird, but Valkyrie? What? Okay. Kinda throwing the whole... So quick pause to the reaction right here to explain something that I'm going to go on about here and there for the rest of the reaction, is the naming scheme of the Gorosei. It wasn't until after I read the chapter, filmed the reaction, of course, and once again, when you do a live reaction, these things tend to happen where, you don't get something the first read through, so to speak. But I didn't understand the puns or the rhymes or whatever is going on with the rest of the naming scheme. So just to clear that up, yes, I am aware that supposedly that Saint Topman Valkyrie, Mercury, it's supposed to rhyme, I suppose, and that's the sort of pun there. It's still Mercury there. Saint Ethan Baron V Nusturo, still a terrible name, holding to that for Samurai Gandhi. The V obviously, or most likely, stands for Venus. And then Saint Shepherd Jupiter. It took me about a day to figure that out and stuff. So, but this reaction, I had time because I didn't get the reaction out as scheduled. So, thankfully, I have time to correct that right here. I am aware, so I don't want anybody blasting me in the comments being like, you didn't get the rhyme or the pun or yada yada yada. I was thrown by the fact that the first two were just straight up named Saturn and Mars, and the rest of them weren't named Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. So, that's just me. Anyways, let's continue with the reaction. Sorry for the pause. Okay, literally Saturn and Mars, and then Valkyrie. Now, granted, maybe that's a name of a planet outside of our planets, right? Our solar system. Sure, I'm not that versed on that type of stuff. But then that sort of takes away the whole theme of the 9. You know, the D is the sun, which is the enemy sort of idea. You know, like the dawn, the D, that kind of idea. And then you have, you know, the 5 planets, the 3 ancient weapons, and then you have the great emu. And then the sun is the D. It lines up perfectly. So even if that is the name of another star, because the original translation of the old one was the 5 elder stars, now they're the 5 elder planets. And I mean, stars are planets, so I get it, but, well, stars are suns, actually, so it sort of works out. Anyway, doesn't matter. I think this kind of takes away, unless that's a different name for, because they're using the Roman names right now. They're using the Roman names, Saturn, Mars, that kind of idea. Valkyrie, I've never heard of that one before. I'm going to have to look that up when we're done. And Samurai Gandhi here, if we could one day use this power freely. Oh, this implies that this is an experiment they don't know, like there must be a long recharge cycle, something like that. 5 elder planets, finance warrior god. Why is he not the justice one? He's just too cool. Saint Ethan, Baron V. Nusjoro. Oh, okay. Really? This guy's name is Ethan? Ethan. I mean, the Baron part is cool, but Ethan? Saint Ethan? Like, Marcus Mars is actually just... That's some... Marcus Mars, that's some Marvel shit, you know? Saint J. Garcia, Saturn, that sort of works. Top Man Valkyrie is kind of odd, but Saint Ethan, Baron V. Nusjoro. So we got the most English, I mean, Ethan Hunt, we're doing Mission Impossible mixed with an old European title for you know, a middle class type of, you know, a lower ranked type of nobleman. Then we got an initial, and then we got a Japanese ass sounding name. Make up your mind, Samurai Gandhi. What culture are you from, man? And now the last one is, we could instantly snuff out any protracted conflict. Yep. 5 elder planets, agriculture. Okay, the warrior god. So they all have the title of warrior god, and their 5 departments are justice, finance, agriculture, environmental, and defensive science. Okay, it makes sense why J. Garcia, Saturn, is the one who headed to Egghead then. And Saint Shepherd Jew Peter. Okay, still better than the Ethan Baron one. That one's just weird. Shepherd Peter? Okay, so now we're going biblical? Alright, whatever. Someone will figure out why they went Saturn, Mars, called the 5 planets, called the 5 stars, and then just ran away with all that shit and said, nope, we're breaking the theme. I don't know what Oda's doing. Maybe it's a translation team. I doubt it's a translation team. I doubt they'd screw up 3 out of 5. Yeah, I don't know. Alright. One more thing. Jackie, one more thing. Of course. Retrieve Vivi as you wish. Oh, man. Alright, so Emu really wants Vivi. Really is after Vivi. Okay. Let's see. Meanwhile. Alright, so that scene... Alright, so this implies... Alright, so it's not an ancient weapon. I don't know what's up with the naming scheme. Samurai Gandhi's name is fucking awful. just absolutely terrible. Vegapunk apparently invented, you know, Space Colony Arc from the Sonic games, Death Egg, whatever. Vegapunk has been Dr. Robotnik since Egghead started. I've already made that comparison many times. So, and now really intent on getting Vivi. Alright, so meanwhile, at the local master headquarters of McDonald's, the Kingdom of Taijin and the Aegis Kingdom are both rebelling? Oh, they've jumped on the right damn ships then. Between the disbanding of the 7 warlords, there's Akainu, and the uprising in government-affiliated nations, the Navy has had their hands full. However, deploy the Seraphim... Whoa! Okay, baby. This is much more interesting than badly named fucking Elder Stars. We got crocodile was spotted on Empty Bluffs Island. We have officially, we knew it was coming, Doflamingo Seraphim, Gecko Moria Seraphim, and at first I thought it was Mihawk at a quick glance, but it's not. It's actually Crocoboy. Crocodile has a Seraphim. I've been telling you guys Crocodile would have a Seraphim. I've been saying it. Now, the thing is, these are all original Seraphim. I don't remember yet seeing a Seraphim. I could be wrong, but I think this is the extent of the Seraphim. I doubt we're going to see, because we didn't see a Weevil one, a Law one, a Blackbeard one. I very much doubt we're going to see those. It seems to just be the original Warlords. Because we've seen Kuma, Dofi, Gecko, Jinbei. Yeah, we've seen. Yeah, that's all the originals, right? We got Crocodile, Gecko, Dofi. Then you have Mihawk, Kuma, Jinbei, Boa. That's all 7. Yeah, so we've seen officially this marks all 7. I don't think we've seen any others. Might be wrong about that, but if my memory serves, that's it. And it seems like Dofi's having a good time, Gecko's having a good time, but it seems like Crocodile Seraphim isn't really seemingly have such a great time. It's sort of like about the whole thing. So that's actually really interesting. Just sitting there like he almost doesn't like what he's doing, or he's got a mind of his own in this case, or he's got too much of Crocodile's personality maybe to be enjoying this shit. Their military power has already grown in a new direction. Alright, so now we're back to sort of present. We have Sabo. The second we docked at Lucia, the people arrested King Seki and Princess Komain. They were just waiting to ambush the royals. Since I was a stowaway, they welcomed me with open arms. That's when I saw the papers, says Ivanko. They found out that they pinned, they found out that they pinned King Cobra's murder on me. Unsurprisingly, the people were considered me a hero. I wanted to tell them the truth, but when I saw how that lie fanned the flames of rebellion within them, the words died in my mouth. The truth is never going to get out, is it? That Cobra killed... Well, Sabo killed Cobra, and, like, Luffy's not going to believe it and stuff, and, you know, Makino and stuff, they're not going to believe it, and now he's telling the truth to Dragon and Ivankov and everybody, but to letting the people believe the lie, you know, is actually helping their cause drastically. Betty and the others had already inspired a lot of them, and I ended up bringing back many hopeful recruits with me. I couldn't make direct contact without an encryption snail, so I rerouted my call through the island when we were setting sail. So he wasn't on the kingdom at the time, that's why. So he was already on a ship. I knew the government would intercept the signal, but doing it like that was sure to fool them into thinking I was still on Lucia. So, by the looks of this, on their way to the Kawabaka Queendom, because of course it's a queendom. It's all about Freddie Mercury up in there. The fact of the matter is that it seems that Lucia was not attacked because they knew Sabo was on the island. They were already going to strike it. That was more happy coincidence, if anything else. I don't think Emu knew that was going to take place. You know? So... However, I was just within range, having already set out to sea with our new enlistees. So the annihilations of Lucia really did happen during that call. Yeah, everyone on board was hysterical. A lot of them had family on the island. They saw their country obliterated right in front of their eyes. So they had just set sail. They could still see the kingdom, and they were like, whoa, what the hell? So maybe Sabo saw what this mother flame is that attacked them. Despicable. How in the world did they do it, said Dragon. An enormous shadow seemed to engulf the sky above us. And the next moment, everything was gone. An enormous shadow, Dragon sweating. There's no way it was caused by a living thing or some natural disaster. Something pitch black was flying above the clouds. Something pitch black. Sabo earlier said they used the name Emu. Right, this may be a little out there, but when the world we know today was created 800 years ago, one of the first 20 sovereigns was Saint Emu of House Nirona. There we go. There we go. One of the 20 houses, right? Of course, I assume. But saints, so they were all called saints. So Queen Lily was, I assume, also a saint, one of the 20 houses. Well, never became a saint, technically, but okay. Now look at this. Since we know an ability granting eternal youth is said to exist, that must mean someone has used it before, right? Oh, so looking in it, it says Genesis or something on it. I assume it's the Delphi Encyclopedia talking about the Op No Me's eternal youth thing. This is all but confirming, at least the theory right now, that the characters are going to believe that they perform the eternal youth operation, which means there is a person out there that doesn't need to worry about death. Oh, damn. So you think the one I saw is... It could be a coincidence. Maybe they just share the same name, but could anyone else but a founder command the 5 elder planets, the highest of world nobles? The celestial dragons fancy themselves as the descendants of the gods, after all. It actually makes sense. They would bend the knee to the one that supersedes them. One more thing. That's twice. Twice in this chapter we've had Jackie. One more thing. Assuming the object you saw above the clouds was a weapon made by the government, then the only one capable of creating such a thing would be Vegapunk. I mean, good conclusion. They're reaching all the right conclusions by the looks of it. At least what the fan base and us, the readers, would agree on is the most likely culprits. Hold it, Eva. Vegapunk would never intentionally design a dedicated killing machine. I know. Alright, so Dragon right away is like, no, that's just not in his repertoire. That's not him. So, let's see. His next thing. So what if it was an ancient weapon? Assuming Emu has been living since ancient times, there is a connection. Good. Alright, another, once again, so the conclusion is that, well, they might reach the conclusion that it's possible an ancient weapon like we, the fan base, did, but now we know it was Vegapunk's Mother Flame. Now, could that be a modified version of an ancient weapon or something, or using ancient weapon technology? Possibly and probably. The thing is that Vegapunk is not the genius that we all thought him to be. He's not actually 500 years in the future. He has found futuristic technology and been smart enough to decipher it and reutilize it, not at the same level, but enough to sort of, come up with his own way of doing things. Doesn't make him stupid, but he's not this crazy genius that can invent time machines and stuff like that just out of spare parts and a toaster and stuff. He's not like that. So now that we know that, it's entirely possible that using the basis of the ancients' technology, which has far outstripped the current technology, he might have created something along the lines of a 4th ancient weapon in this Mother Flame. Robin told us that the ancient weapons do in fact exist, alright, Dragon? But if this person had such a weapon, why wait now to use it? So, Dragon's also suspicious that it's probably not an ancient weapon, which now we know is right. It's this Mother Flame thing. And the chapter's still going, damn. Present day, the Holy Land of Marijoa. A celestial dragon has been sentenced to death. Oh shit. Our food supply is gone, eh? We have no bread. All we have is cake, eh? Oh jeez. Well, I feel so bad. No, I know. However, this information will never be reported to the outside world. No, of course it won't. And who is this badass? Is this, Saint William D. Moon? Crescent Moon? Because this dude's awesome looking. Alright, this dude's a badass. Nice sword, too. Okay, who's this badass? The judge was the former king of the land known as God Valley. Okay. Cool. Dude definitely looks badass enough to literally have ran the kingdom where the conclusion of the world's strongest fought in the greatest war that we know of in history. In the One Piece history, that's when the battle took place with all the powerhouses involved. He currently serves as the supreme commander of God's Knights. Alright, so this guy's no joke. His name is Saint. He's still retitled. Wait, he's a former king of God Valley, but his name is still Saint. So is he a celestial dragon? Wait a minute. But the other 19 families all live at WOAH, unless he was one who left but didn't relinquish his title because God Valley was important. Alright. A little confused, but alright. But it seems like he still retains the title, and his name is Saint Figarland Garling. Figarland Garling. Okay, alright. The man he sentenced to execution, none other than the one who chose to defend fishmen, Saint Don Quixote Miosgard. Anyone who protects scum is lower than the scum they protect. A man who can even judge the celestial dragons. Okay, so this man is like the level of the Elder Stars. And Samurai Gandhi, who has now a terrible name. But, alright, so... Wow, okay. Okay, first off, this dude is really badass. That's the end of the chapter. Break for 5 weeks. Read further for more info. Yeah, they're just going to talk about, hey, sorry about this. Taking a 4-week break by Oda, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all good, all good. So, wow. Okay. Okay, so that was a chapter. I think the naming scheme is silly. Or maybe it's got a deeper meaning. I'm gonna have to look into those last names, those surnames, before I judge like what the hell Oda was thinking. You know, and the information that we got, it wasn't an ancient weapon. It's the Mother Flame. How this all came about, how Wapol and Vivi ended up with Morgans, how Sabo, you know, what attacked Lulusia Kingdom, how Sabo got there. Now we've got basically the readers and the Revolutionary Army, Dragon and Ivankov and stuff, all caught up to speed. And now we've met this dude who used to run God fucking Valley. And he has the authority to execute celestial dragons in the Holy Land. This dude is like some weird outlier, almost like the Yonko. You know, he's like this weird outlier. It's like the Gorosei are sitting there like, okay, so we're the 5 best with Emu, so we're the 5. We're the 5. Nobody above us. But this guy's he's not one of us, but if there was a 6th, if there was a 6th member of our little posse up here in the room of authority, then it would be this guy. It would be this badass motherfucker, you know? So that's the way I'm reading into it, is that this dude, that God Valley was so amazing before and after, and erased from the annals of history because it was that goddamn place. That was the spot. That the former ruler of that land, the former king of that land, is that cool that he was like, yeah, no. I might not have my kingdom anymore, but I'm still up here. I'm still above celestial dragons. According to the leaders of the celestial dragons, I'm above it. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Now, the dude's clearly an asshole. It's like, you protected scum, so I'm going to kill you. Like, slavery bad, man. Like, so he's not a nice person. He's not a good person. But he's got a badass design. And seems to be pretty badass himself. In a sort of a, you hate him kind of way, you know what I mean? So, alright, I mean, if this is the chapter we're going to go with, well, we have I don't know what it is now. The letter says 4, the chapter title said 5, so it's either a 4 or 5 week break. Twitter said both. I have no idea. Sort of read it from what I got from tweets on Discord. I actually quit Twitter, so if anybody's tweeting at me, my bad. I didn't delete the thing, but I did quit the app, or I deleted the app and stuff. Just sort of limiting my social media stuff. It just gets too toxic. But, yeah, so I do know, however, that one way or another, not One Piece for a while. For a solid month, there's going to be no One Piece. And if this is the chapter we have to sink our teeth into for a month, I think there's plenty to talk about. I think there's plenty for a couple weeks worth to talk about before I really want to jump back into One Piece. You know what I mean? I know some people want to read a new chapter every hour on the hour, you know, but I'm a patient man. Been reading manga a long time, and I know that, you know, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Let's go. Let's go. So, either way, yeah, that's the chapter reaction. What did you guys think of the chapter? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as always. And we'll see you guys back here in a month's time. I'll probably come up with some type of One Piece content within the month. Some video, a discussion, a versus match, power scaling, something toxic to come out with you guys in the meantime for One Piece content. But anyways, yeah, that is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe as I already said. And we'll see you guys back here next time for more One Piece eventually. Yeah, I kind of screwed that up, yeah. Oh well, either way, we'll see you guys back here next time. Sayonara, everybody. Have a good one.